here with Ron Toews. Ron, thanks for joining us today.
I'm really pleased to be here and talk about today's topic.
So I haven't even told everyone exactly what we're going to discuss, but you've had over 30 years in hearing stories of families, leaders, different individuals. As you're a therapist, a life coach, you have your master's in counseling and psych.
And so the privilege of being able to hear people's stories and them risk their lives, important parts of their lives in conversation, has been a pretty special part of the work I've been able to do.
Well, thanks for joining us. And I just want to jump right in and I want to ask you this question. When people come to you, do they generally sit down with you and say, you know, I want to learn how to forgive someone?
The answer to that is no. Mostly folks come because there's something happening in their lives that just is not working for them at all.
Yeah.
And they might have sleep problems, they might be experiencing a lot of stress, they might have been terminated at work, or the company got bought and sold, the relationship is falling apart, and they'd like to feel better.
So it's probably fair to say people come to you typically with their external problems that are going on, their life circumstances, and like you said, they want to be happier, they want to feel better. How do you move the conversation from something that's so focused on circumstances to something internal, where you have people beginning to look at their own lives, their hearts, what's going on?
Well, I think one of the places is to invite people to talk about what it is that's been happening, or if you want, not happening.
Okay.
And what usually comes of that is, as a person describes what it is that's happened or not happened, and they talk about it, which
Right.
really is a whole lot different than simply thinking about it.
Than just keeping it inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, thinking about it's a great idea, but when the pain's pretty high, it doesn't do much to move us forward.
Right. So what do you start to find as they're thinking about it, but as you start to pose the questions, what can they start to identify?
Some of the impact, whether it's sadness, whether it's anxiety, whether it's I'm feeling stuck, I'm going through this thing over and over and over again, I'm thinking about it, it's just feeling overwhelming.
Feeling overwhelmed. I want to talk about those things in just a bit, and specifically how that plays in into your faith. But let's look at one thing in particular. Let's look at this whole area of forgiveness. So what if people identify they can't forgive? Where do you take them at that point?
Well, and the front end of that often isn't I can't forgive. The front end is this is just going through my mind over and over again.
Like what? What's an example?
Like my wife, my husband had an affair.
Yeah.
And that's all I can think about.
I think forgiveness can be a defining moment in faith, right? So how does forgiveness, simply put, impact faith?
Well, our faith doesn't primarily grow in good times.
It's very true.
We experience it, we enjoy it, we live it. But I'm not sure there's a lot of increasing maturity that happens in good times. And I don't say that good times are negative. I think in good times, we're in a plateau piece often in our faith. We repeat positive things, which is part of our faith, and we get the benefits of that in our lives and relationships to other people. And then those really tough things just nail us. And so part of it on the faith side is inviting God into those places. And letting God know just how stuck we are at those points is a critical piece.
Yeah, but the invitation, inviting Him.
Absolutely,
to come
is a
into.
significant part. And I guess part of it, you know, you ask about the faith part. I mean, Jesus was, we're thinking crucifixion here and forgiveness. Those weren't good times.
No.
And it was not fair. And it was
No
not just.
justice. Exactly. So He relates, He understands.
Absolutely.
So
and we're not in
inviting it in.
isolation with those things.
That's powerful. Ron, we're just beginning this conversation. Next week, we're going to pick up this dialogue around forgiveness. I want to say thanks for joining us so much. You also have offered a course online, and
Yes.
so we want to invite the viewers to actually to go to findtheway.tv. They can access that, or on your website.
It's biblical training. It's not my site, but biblicaltraining.org. And if you look at classes there, the course on forgiveness is there. It's a 3-hour master class on forgiveness, and that's available to people for no charge.
Thank you so much.